most of the crises I've had to deal with as a counselor, people who are unhealthy. When I say they're unhealthy, they don't have a healthy perception of themselves. So they don't have any value for themselves. So they settle for anything that they're given, even crumbs. So if you do not love yourself, you don't know yourself, you would drink anything that is offered to you. So a man who shouldn't have been worthy of you, you would make him a king in your life, and he will mess up what you've handed over to him. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, who are you? And I need you to take maybe a minute to think about that. Who are you when you are not a Mrs.? If we take the Mrs. out of your name, who are you? Who are you if nobody's calling you mommy? Jesus was so clear on this. In fact, he was so clear on it that he wanted the people around him to also be clear about his identity. He asked, who do men say that I am? Because people will try to define you, especially as a woman. This is not what you are supposed to do. I was in a meeting just before we came in, and I was having a conversation with 3 amazing women doing great things. And one of them was saying, I'm not feminist. I'm not interested in fighting to be a man. I love being a woman. I'm very feminine. There's nothing tough about me. I'm very tender. I'm very gentle. And then the other lady said to her, I don't agree that you're not tough. You can't say to me that you're soft. You're tough. It takes being tough to do the things that you do. So don't say that you are all woman. There's something tough like a man. And then I said to her, why do we ascribe being tough to manliness? I think that has been the problem over the years, that we do not want to agree that a woman can be tough. If you've ever been into a labor room and you've pushed a baby out of you, you are tough. And that has nothing to do with being a man. That's a very feminine virtue. Strength. When the Bible talks about the Kail woman, that's the virtuous woman, that word is actually a military term. It's like being equipped with everything an army is equipped with. And that's not ascribed to a man, it's ascribed to a virtuous woman. So when she said, I said the real problem is that we have not been able to define womanhood. We have allowed people define it for us. So I'm asking you tonight, who are you? You have to understand your personality. This will drive a lot of the things that you will do in your life. It will drive the relationships you allow in your life. It will drive the kind of person you marry. Interestingly, opposites attract. So if you don't understand the kind of person you are, and you don't understand the concept of what marriage is supposed to do for you, you will marry someone who is perfect for you and complain them out of your lives. So for instance, I'll give you an example, my husband and I. My husband is very extroverted, very. And I'm completely, in fact, when I do psychoanalysis tests, all those tests that tell you your personality, I always come up 100% introverted. 100%, not 99, not 98, 100%. Which means that I would rather be curled up in my bed right now under a duvet than be with human beings. That's how introverted I am. Now, because my husband is extroverted, he needs people around him. And when you first get married, or because opposites attract, it's such a beautiful quality. Oh, he likes people. Oh, how is he so comfortable around people? Oh, he's such a talker. Oh, thank God he talks, because I don't really have anything to say. Then a few months after that, opposites start to frustrate. He begins to irritate you. Because why is he so messy? Why is he so talkative? Why can't you just stay indoors? You're literally outside all the time. Why are you so energetic? Can't you rest? Can't you stop? You start with all the can't yous and you start fighting. But you see, if you can survive that season and understand that what God is trying to do is use those weaknesses of you not liking people, and he's bringing your husband's strength of loving people. If you can endure that frustration and move into the next sweet spot, right? Where you now begin to exchange. So now, even though originally I was not the kind of person who liked people, now I find myself in situations where I'm among people and I'm actually beginning to enjoy them. I'm enjoying conversations, I'm enjoying relationships, I'm beginning to understand the value of them. Now imagine if I didn't patiently wait through the frustration stages. I'll give you many examples. When I got married, my husband was what we call, because you also have money personalities. Okay? So my husband is what you call a spender. No, my husband is a big spender. Doesn't fall into the category of spender. It's a big spender. And I'm a saver. I don't understand how someone can spend all that they have. It just never makes sense. I don't think it will ever make sense to me, but it just never made sense to me. So imagine being a saver and being married to a spender. Imagine, I love the fact that he could just, spend money, live large. My husband believes in let's enjoy life. Life is for living. All this saving yourself. What if Jesus comes tomorrow? Who gets the money? And initially, it seemed like a very nice thing until it began to frustrate me. Because from the minute we met, we had a joint account, which was our agreement. All our money would be together. And I'm saving, he's spending. And he's buying unreasonable things. My husband will go out and buy a dog and come back and tell me, and I'll say, okay, you came back with 2 dogs. Why didn't you buy one? Because if one is lonely, he will die. I'm like, that made sense to you? Like, yes. And he can sell, like I said, because he's extroverted, so he can sell ice to an Eskimo. My husband would tell me, I'll give you a perfect example. First time we moved into our home, my husband said to me, I understand that quality time is your love language. And I enjoy being with you. But I also like to play pool. So I feel like if we buy a pool table, I'll be able to play with the guys, but I will still be spending time with you, which is my focus. Everybody wants that. So I said, okay, let's buy the pool table. So we bought the pool table. Now what I didn't calculate was, where would we put it? So he came and said, oh, you see, we can't put it in the parlor because it's going to spoil the look of the parlor. So what we need to do, honey, let's build something outside. You see, we're spending more money, right? But he's not coming at me and saying, I won't spend money. He always has a way of making it about me. Because, if you really don't, we can sell it and I can start going out too. I'm like, no. I enjoy the fact that, because I can just play with the boys a bit, then come in, just kiss you, hang out with you, and then I'll just go back again. It's you, I'm thinking about you. And truly, he wasn't trying to be manipulative. He really was thinking about me, but this was just another avenue to waste money. So we built the thing. Now, unfortunately, you are not God. In Nigeria, rain can fall from any direction. So they built it in a way that rain coming this way, it wouldn't hit the pool table. But there are days that God decided rain should come from this way. And so he spoiled the felt of the pool table. And my husband said to me, oh, it's bad. We have to buy another one. That's the kind of spending I'm talking about. I remember he traveled one day and came. No, he even traveled. He went somewhere far and came back with a South African boa bull and told me he bought the dog because he got a good deal. A good deal compared to what? What were we negotiating for before? And these were the things that I was so shocked by it, that a human being can just live. And then I would say to him, we have to save for the rainy day. And he would say to me, it's God that brings rain, it's God that brings money. Why are we worried? God will take care of the rain and the money. I see the spenders in the room. They said yes, so. But what I realized also was that I had an unhealthy approach to money as well. I would save so much, I wasn't spending anything. And so the balance, so you see, I could complain and destroy my marriage, or I could balance it out and realize that this person is bringing something into my life that I didn't already have. So that's why I said that understanding yourself is the first step to anything, whether marriage, money, whatever. Understanding yourself.
Pastor Mildred's message is a deeply impactful and necessary conversation, especially in a world where many are rushing into relationships and marriages with broken identities and undefined personal values. Her words are not just wise, they are healing, realistic, and deeply empowering, particularly for women navigating their self-worth and relationships. Her opening statement hits at the root of so many relationship crises: lack of personal value and identity clarity. Too many people are walking around waiting for someone else to define them, through titles like Mrs., Mommy, or even Pastor's wife. Pastor Mildred's piercing question, "Who are you if we take away all your titles?" is a wake-up call. It challenges singles, and even married folks, to evaluate whether they are living as whole individuals or fragments of other people's expectations. This kind of self-reflection is exactly what young women and men need before entering lifelong commitments. Because if you don't know yourself, you'll accept anything, even toxicity, and call it love. Her challenge to societal definitions of toughness is refreshing and revolutionary. By saying strength is not masculine and highlighting the biblical example of the Koya woman, a military term for a warrior-like woman, she dismantles centuries of cultural mislabeling. Pastor Mildred honors womanhood without diminishing its softness. She proves that being gentle and being strong are not opposites, but rather two wings of the same powerful identity. That kind of message empowers women to embrace both grace and grit without apologizing for either. Her transparency about her own marriage, especially the challenges of being a 100% introvert married to a vibrant extrovert, offers practical and relatable wisdom. She normalizes the friction that comes with personality differences but also shows how, through patience and maturity, these differences can become strengths. This part of her message is incredibly hopeful. It encourages couples to move beyond the honeymoon phase, into the deeper work of personal growth and adaptation. Her phrase, "If you can survive the frustration stage, you'll reach the exchange stage," is golden and should be etched into every premarital counseling session. Pastor Mildred's transparent account of her financial journey in marriage is not just relatable, it's masterful in how it blends vulnerability, humor, and profound wisdom. She offers an honest portrayal of the tension between spenders and savers, something many couples grapple with but rarely admit publicly. Her husband's spontaneous, sometimes extravagant spending habits, like buying 2 dogs so one won't be lonely, or building a pool house only to have it ruined by unpredictable rain, serve as humorous but real-life examples of financial friction in marriage. Yet, what makes this portion of her message powerful is how she never demonizes her husband. Instead, she highlights his intentions. He wasn't trying to be wasteful, he was trying to love her, his way. This is a major takeaway. Conflict is not always about right or wrong, it's often about perspective and personality. Pastor Mildred does something exceptionally rare. She turns the mirror on herself and admits, "I had an unhealthy approach to money too." This humility and balance in communication is mature, rare, and powerful. It reframes the situation from being a one-sided problem to a shared opportunity for growth. She models how marriage is not about changing your spouse into your image, but allowing their strengths to stretch you into someone better. By recognizing that she needed to enjoy life more and he needed to save better, she presents the healthiest version of what partnership should look like, a journey of mutual refinement. Her insight that you can complain and destroy your marriage, or learn to balance it out, is pure gold. It is a call for emotional intelligence, patience, and adaptability, qualities every strong relationship is built upon. As she loops her message back to the concept of self-awareness, she ties the threads together beautifully. Whether it's finances, personalities, or conflict resolution, everything begins with understanding yourself. This consistent theme throughout her message is why it resonates so deeply. She doesn't present solutions from a high horse, she walks listeners through her own journey, admitting her frustrations, flaws, and learning curves. And in doing so, she gives listeners permission to reflect, grow, and adjust without guilt or shame. This message isn't just for married people, it's essential listening for singles too. Why? Because it encourages them to know their identity before defining it through a relationship, warns them about entering marriage without a full understanding of their emotional, financial, and spiritual wiring, equips them to choose partners who will not only complement their strengths but challenge their weaknesses for growth. Pastor Mildred's delivery is powerful because it's real. Her ability to communicate deep truth with authenticity and humor makes the message memorable and life-changing. Final thoughts. Pastor Mildred delivers a message filled with truth, tenderness, and transformation. It's not just a relationship talk, it's a call to personal wholeness, self-awareness, and spiritual alignment. Her storytelling, biblical grounding, and personal vulnerability make this teaching unforgettable. Every single person, especially women, who listens to this will walk away not just encouraged, but equipped to pursue love from a place of purpose, identity, and divine wisdom. If you don't know yourself, you drink anything offered to you.